There is a try here. Okay, so it's a little early. It's 7:50. I had to have gone to sleep at 3 something. It's a little too early because the place where I usually like to go and sleep doesn't actually open until 9 o'clock. So I still have a while. So I'm gonna do some stuff on my phone and sort of wait. In the meantime, you know, we will see here. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm really, really tired. The water spot here is ever growing. It's a monster. Slowly getting bigger. Turkan, tell us what you're doing here exactly.
Cat?
Tell us what you're doing here exactly.
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
No, what are you doing?
I'm making a pool for you so you can swim.
You're making a pool, or are you taking my pool away?
We're gonna put clean water. It's gonna be like blue water. So
Oh.
you can jump in it when you wake up in the morning. But if someone wants to send a swimsuit
Turkan.
after the bubble bath,
Wow.
with the bubble girl.
Oh my gosh. No, don't say things like that. Okay guys, I'm at work now. It's 4:30, 4:42, and I've been having some thoughts about some things. So later tonight, when I get off of work, we're gonna have a little discussion about what to do next, whether it's the small companies, the medium-sized companies, or something else. Okay guys, so it's the end of the night. I was talking to the manager here for a pretty long time after work. I think we got out at 1. It's now 2:38, so a really long time we were having a conversation. So I told you earlier that I had some other plan. So, small businesses. I am so unhappy. I wanted to make a toy that had aspects to it created in a way where I was going to provide them with an exclusive product, and together we would stop being the little guys and we would be the big guys. And they wouldn't have to only buy these products. You know, whatever you can find in Walmart, you can pretty much find in these places. And you can find it in Walmart for much cheaper. Sometimes you can find these little niche toys, but I always find them to not be so great. Or they're educational toys that, honestly, if I were a kid and I either got this or went over to a friend's house and saw it, I'd say that is okay. It's kind of a fun idea, but it's not something I ever want to really play with. So I thought I could make something that connected everybody and gave everybody one singular product that could be marketed around and equally distribute the desire of customers to buy from everybody. After talking with those, I'm just so upset by talking with those small companies, because it's like they're a tiny little place that doesn't really employ that many people, and you're not very many steps away from the owner, and yet it was still just inconvenient enough to be, why do I want to go through all this effort to deal with somebody? It doesn't really seem like you want to do business the way I think you want to do business. I was on Instagram. I have all these companies on Instagram, and today I saw one of them put closed today, will reopen on Tuesday. Go to their website and order. And I thought, that is not what I want in a company. I don't want to work with a company like that. I don't want to work with a company that posts on, that's the equivalent, you're ready to go to that toy store, you're a customer, you get there and you say, it says closed. Wait a second, I checked on Google, it says it's open on Google, why is it closed? And it's odd and you don't even understand as just a person trying to buy a toy from your local toy store. I don't want to work with somebody who's doing that randomly. It has nothing, okay, they've already bought the product from me. What are my values? Is it, I don't, once you've bought it from me, I don't care? That is not what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be, I care before you buy the product, I care when you're buying the product, and I care after you're buying the product. And then repeat. I'm very unhappy with that. The medium large size company, while I'm really excited about them and I'd love to work with them, it did frighten me a smidge when they said, we're trying to reduce our vendors because we have a lot of them. Well, it wasn't the person in charge that said that, but nevertheless, you want to reduce your vendors. Well, that doesn't sound very good for me. Sounds very bad for me, or not optimal. So then it turns into a situation where the little guys are so hard to work with. Oh, and then the very first small business on my list went out of business. So now you're having to deal with churn rate of people. Oh, it's an older person and now they're quitting. So then you lost a place. You have to find a new place. And, ooh, is that it? I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm really going for. All of these little companies are trying to play the same game as the big companies. So, there's a slime is popular, so we'll all buy up slime and start to sell slime. Okay, but that's just what Walmart is doing. Why don't you do your own thing? What does your community want? And I'm just complaining here. It's horrible. But I guess at the same time, I'm trying to decide what my brand is all about, and do these go into my, yeah, we are all making toys, but are you making toys the right way? Are you selling toys the right way? The bigger company I kind of liked. It was sort of, allowed to be corporate because it's large. But then it turns into a situation where lots of people are fighting to be in that retailer. If I'm the retailer, honestly, my first question to you is, what have you sold? It's sort of a catch-22. I'm trying to sell to you, and I'm also doing this based off of other experience, such as when I was trying to license my toy Oglo to companies like Hasbro, Spin Master, Goliath, and I got some attention for the couple million views that I got on TikTok, but it was always, what have you sold? You haven't sold anything, so you can't prove to us that you can sell. I imagine this larger company is also, the plushies that they have I've never heard of. But you can not hear of something and it can still sell really, really well. So how many other people are calling them? And other people are calling them, not necessarily with the right thing. The person I spoke to asked me first, so what are you selling? What's your toy? And I said a plushie, and then she said, okay, well that sounds pretty good, because we've had people try and sell Christmas ornaments to us. I don't know. I'll have to call back and ask again. I may call Barnes and Noble because you can sell toys to them. My game plan would be I I'm currently exclusively selling to you, or the product that I do sell to you, I might sell Puzzle Bubs to other people, but you'll exclusively get one character. You'll get an exclusive character that will only be a Barnes and Noble's Puzzle Bub. Now, the third thing that I'm now thinking of. I'm sick of dealing, I don't want to deal with the little people that seemingly don't want to deal with me. I'm somewhat tired of vying for the approval of a bigger company. I was looking up, can I find a garage to store my toys in and then just sell out of a garage? And essentially try and make a storefront. Could I buy a storefront? How much would that cost? What is that going to take to buy a storefront and become the retailer and exclusively sell my toys? And I thought, that's all great, but the pricing was just not there. I was looking at the garages were outrageous. I was wondering how the heck are people selling a garage for trying to rent it for $400-$500. That's nonsense. And then putting a bunch of rules to it. Oh, you can only have a car in here. You can't really do what you want to do with it. I'm sorry, but no, it's not going to work. I guess I could call them, but I'm thinking, where's the marketability to that? Marketability. I keep getting to this point. The selling becomes the problem. I can make the product all the way up until the end. I can't sell the thing. Am I too scared to go the extra mile and sell it myself online? Not just online, but also do the marketing, maybe a little offline, a little online. Am I too scared to do that? Am I too poor of a businessman to sell to a large retailer or a mid-sized retailer? I could try and sell to these small retailers. Am I trying to make up excuses to not sell to the small retailers? These are the questions that I'm asking myself. I really don't like the idea of dealing with these small retailers. I also have the internet here. Doing this YouTube has shown me I can really connect with a lot of people here. And in a pretty intimate way, because you see how I live. Which is nice, because these small toy stores, I had one guy tell me, who I actually have a meeting with, he said, oh, it's the busy season, so if it's a toy that doesn't really explain itself, I can't be going and teaching everybody how to use your toy. And I thought, you own a small toy shop, and on your store's about page it says, interacting with the community, and now you're telling me that you can't really interact with the community because it's too much work. So I'm going to put a bunch of effort in to work with you so that you don't have to put a whole lot of effort in, which I get to a certain extent, but you know what? Caroline the cow doesn't need to deal with people who don't care. And this place is in the Hamptons, and so I imagine it's just some wealthy people who own this little toy store and are, just kind of lazy and uptight and a little, I don't know. I was shocked to hear this person say to me, oh, I don't have time to teach them about your toy. You don't have time to interact with them? I mean, a part of my toy is sort of a teaching. It's saying, hey, scan this QR code and go and hide the toy somewhere, and let's take a video of it. Maybe even whoever the owner is, pulls their phone out and says, hey, look, here, take my phone, scan it, go hide it somewhere, does the thing, or an adult or a mom or somebody, or even the owner themselves is just having fun putting it around so that it advertises their store, advertises the toy. They can send it to me. We both are creating content for one another. We can connect. I can at them, they can at me, and we can not sort of, but literally do a collaboration with this toy, the singular toy that helps both of us. And for him to say, "Oh, in the busy season, am not gonna do any work, any extra work. I have to grumbly bumbly do whatever." That doesn't sound like a very fun toy store to me. I don't like that. Or the toy store is just big enough where people become overwhelmed and they are not. Why does it have to be about money and busyness and this and that and we can't? What about the we cans? What's up with that? We're the we cans. We can do this. We can have fun doing that. We can make a super special, spectacular experience. This guy also said, "Oh, well," I said, "What do you want in a toy?" He said, "Oh, it has to sell well." I'm thinking, thanks. Like, really? That's what you said to me? You didn't say it has to be fun. It has to be really enjoyable for the customers. It has to be something that helps me connect with them. It has to be something that they love. It has to be something that they cherish. It has to be something that they're going to have memories for forever. I want them to remember me. I want them to remember my store. And I want them to remember that they bought that toy at my store. Where's the love? Just money? That's it? I get it. And you got to stay in business. But you can, if you love a product, do you go back to get to get it again? If you love a service, do you go back to the people who gave you that service? Of course you do. Love, realness, and effort. Love, realness, effort, humanity. Where is that? Where was that? That's what I was hoping for in the small toy stores. I think that's really what's upsetting me. It doesn't feel like it. The owners don't feel really engaged. Most of them said, "Oh, the owner barely shows up. I rarely see them." You rarely see them, so you don't even really care. This just makes enough money where you can go and do something else. That's not me. That's not what I want. I, I don't want the money. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to I want to really I want to be really proud of myself at the end or even during. I don't want to have any shame. I made that. This is cool. Did you have a great experience? I want people to talk about connect with them through my idea and for them to say, "This was awesome. This is so cool. Wow. Norsum made Willy Wonka, the idea of Willy Wonka, the idea of a whimsical toy store, a reality." I remember going to the Toys R Us in New York City when it was still open, and you went and there's a Ferris wheel inside of there. When I saw that Ferris wheel, I thought, this is a toy store. This is what my imagination is. Okay, the little guys can't do it, and they don't want to. They don't. I don't know. They don't want to. They don't have. It's so upsetting. The big guys, they've got volume. It's a little bit, at least dealing with them seems easier. But I question if they really care to have my product. They've got brands. They're selling. They're doing fine. If my brand was already selling really well and I said, "Hey, I'm this guy. Have you heard of me?" "Yeah, we certainly have. We'd love to have you on board." Sure. Catch 21. Catch 22. It's a catch 22. So I may just get rid of the whole opening. I mean, you guys know what I do, right? I wake up here, I'll give you the breakdown. I wake up, I slept a bunch, did some stuff on my phone, and then came to work. There's the debrief. We've seen it. you can go through the other videos and see it. I think this is more important right now. And we can maybe get a discussion in the comments of what we think. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm like postponing. But my third idea here is I would like to maybe make a storefront. I can't pay for a garage. I can't pay for a store. I don't have the money. But I'm right by New York City. And what's old is new again. And I can, what if I have to be imaginative and I have to have fun and I need to do what I'm complaining that these other people don't do. I can use the internet. We can connect on here. I can build a brand offline and online. So I'm thinking I buy a cart, like what you would buy a hot dog or a falafel from in New York City. A food cart. Not, okay, we'll just use that as an example. A food cart, we'll say. So a cart. And I can do it up, nor some. A QR code that you can scan. And I make my puzzle bubs, which are pretty big, actually. Each cube is, the top and the bottom, each cube is 6 by 6 by 6. So, it becomes 6, 6, 12 tall. Length, width, height, 6, 6, 12. And so it's pretty substantial, a foot tall. That's a little too big. But I could buy a cart. And I was thinking, and this is just a draft idea, I go back and I do all of my 5 characters smaller. So rather than being a foot tall, I cut everything in half. So it's 6 inches tall. Maybe even less. But I think 6 inches might be okay. I buy this cart. I cut a hole into it. I put on my polka dot suit. I buy one of those conical horns, not an electronic bullhorn, I think they're called. Not one of those, like an old school, it just sort of acoustically enhances your voice. And I do sort of a old school, I go to Times Square and I buy another phone. I'm sorry I didn't get your handle, but you said, "Oh, do live streaming." I would like to do live streaming at some point, but I have one phone that is live stream TikTok, another phone that's live stream YouTube, and I'm yelling something like, "Hey, walk over here and get your puzzle bubs. I'm right over here. Puzzle bubs, come on, come all. Come get your puzzle bubs. Come step right up. Don't play the claw, become the claw. The claw puzzle bubs. Come over here, right by Norsum. The Norsum booth," right? Something like this. And I'm in my clown thing. I can also juggle. So maybe I've got some samples and I'm juggling them. I play the saxophone. Originally, I went to a little community college for 2 years to play the saxophone, and I toot on it once in a while. I have a clarinet that I toot on. I have some slide whistles I could buy. Woo, whoop. Come on, woo, whoop. Chung, 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 making loud noises and stuff and being wacky. And then the game would be this claw idea where there's a hole in my cart, and this food, and it's filled with the toys. So I've got all 5 characters, and this thing is filled with the characters. And people come up and they pay me however much I want to sell it for a retail price. So they pay me $10, $12, whatever the price is, and this is just a draft. If you guys want, you can pitch ideas. I'm going to tell you right now, I usually don't take the pitches just because I want to do it myself, and I have a lot of fun coming up with the ideas. And if I'm taking other people's pitches, then it sort of defeats the purpose of me having fun doing it. But pitch to me anyway, because you may throw in a little tidbit, and I say, "Oh, that's really cool," or just have fun, talk to me about it. I like seeing what you guys have to say and communicating back to you. Anyway, so you come up, you pay me the money, and then you get to reach in and feel around, and each one has like different shapes. Caroline has this shape. Toby the turtle doesn't have any ears, but has like ridges and his turtle shell. There's Ella the owl, who has these funny eyebrows and a beak. Toby the turtle also has a beak. She's got wings. Who else? Toby the turtle. Klaus the mouse has really big ears, and then Lola the ladybug has antenna. So you can sort of feel around in here, feel around in there, and try and pick one. Who knows? Maybe I could even make something electronic that's going on in there. Nevertheless, basically what I'm saying is, I'm recording this thing, you're buying the toy from me, you're getting a really fun experience, I'm wacky and wild, which is great, if, guys, come on, if I went from doing this homeless thing to working at Domino's, living in a car, and driving to the city to push my little cart around and yell in my polka dot suit, people are definitely going to record that and have some fun. And now I'm building a brand. And the other piece of this would be, since I'm recording, it would be, hey, you can buy this as well on my online store, and I'll do a blind buy where you will click the buy button and you will randomly get a product. So you click buy, you pay the $12, you click buy, it comes, what do you get? I won't make it so that you're always getting the same thing all the time. That would be awful. My goal with this was always to have new designs all the time. I mean, like, let's say the original, there are only 10,000 of the original, and then never ever again. I guess I could also do something similar where I could have a literal game on my website that you play, and that's how you buy. You click buy, and then you can put the $12 in and then play the game and get a puzzle bub, and then that puzzle bub is literally shipped to you. I could try and make that happen. That would also be really fun, where you're literally playing a game for some paying to play to get something, so that you don't have to be in New York City. So rather than having a storefront, I have this little cart. And this little cart becomes my storefront, because how much does a little cart cost? And if my things are small, if my toys are small, they're going to be vacuum sealed, so they'll come flat. If they're smaller, and they'll cost less. I can buy them, and I will be able to store them, especially if I have a car. I can store them in my car. I may even, if they are vacuum sealed, I may be able to even continue, if I continue working at the store, say, hey, I'm going to buy some, keep them in my car. Can I keep them downstairs as well? Nobody uses the downstairs. There's lots of empty space, so I can just start to store stuff down there. And then when I can use that as I don't think I'd ever really be willing to, the problem there is I don't really want to ship the stuff out. I mean, I would want to use a 3PL or somehow get a warehouse going. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So if I need to label stuff, put labels on stuff, I gotta put labels on stuff and ship stuff out. It's just if I'm out recording all the time, then it depends, If I'm making money off of this and I'm making money on the street, I might be able to buy the 3PL, use a 3PL, or buy a actual manufacturing place and hire people to ship stuff out. That sounds whimsical. It sounds like a way to grow this channel. It sounds like a way to grow my Instagram. It sounds like a way to grow my TikTok. It seems like a really fun way to market. It seems like the beginning where I go from a cart to buying a storefront. And then that storefront, you can come and it's filled with games. What if I owned a store? Every time you bought I want that product. And in order to get that product, you played a game. You always got the product. Essentially, you always won. But you got to play a game. That would be a crazy store. And it all starts from my little cart. And it's not that I'm just making money from the cart. The idea is that selling the cart in that wacky way is also helping to grow this website, is helping to grow this page, helping to grow is the marketing versus just trying to do some digital marketing, which is already what I'm doing. I'm doing, it's okay. It's doing something here, but I got to get a move on. So I really like that idea. I really like that idea. It sounds wacky. It sounds wild. It sounds like, who's going to do that? Who's thinking of trying to do that? Are there people brave enough to go and do that? For me, it would take a lot of courage to go out there. I'm, you know, somewhat a reserved guy. So to go out there and start to yell, what are those things where you like makes crackling sounds when you do it? This is an idea I'm having. It's gonna take me a little while longer. I'll have to get I'll have to get another sample of it smaller. I'll have to have the other 4 characters made. I have to buy a cart. I have to design the cart. Uh, then the problem is how. So by the time I get all of that done, it'll be winter. And what am I gonna do then? Am I gonna go in? Are people walking around uh, Central Square? I guess it's New York City. People are walking around all the time. Am I going to be out there in the cold doing that? Am I going to go into a subway? That's pretty sketchy. This is going to be definitely a really weird video. Who knows? I may just start to upload videos like this all the time. Um, you guys should tell me what you think about all this. Of course, I have to make the final decision. This is me. This is my life and my choices and my stuff. But you guys have been watching me. You guys are interested. You're invested. You know, to a certain extent, I would say you're commenting on my videos. I see your little picture. I hear you talk. We're acquaintances at this point. I sort of like, you know, you build friendships that way. So you don't have to tell me I think you should do this. It's more that is I like the sound of that. It does sound interesting. It does sound intriguing. It does seem like something I would be invested in. Of course, how do we know that we would be invested? How do we know other people would be? But let's get like a general consensus, I guess, going on. But I really like the idea. There's the naked cowboy. What is that? A guy who walks around in spandex underwear and plays the guitar with a cowboy hat on? What? So I'm the guy that's gonna sell toys out of a little cart, who grows from that to a company, and I think that I could really generate a lot. All of a sudden, boom! I'm have an influx of these people seeing it. TikTok. I'm always getting things on TikTok. Well, lately, of TikTok shop, buy here, and I'm thinking, gosh, if I'm this guy doing this wacky stuff in New York City, and people are coming over, and I'm getting lots and lots and lots of footage, and I've got TikTok shop hooked up, and people are buying it, and then they come to my pay. I guess you could TikTok shop, just buy right there, or I can always have come to my website and play this little game. Oh wow, I get to actually play the game. That's a lot of fun. Uh, the YouTube is a little different. I don't necessarily see people maybe go to my website and seeing it, but because YouTube can potentially pay you X amount of money, I'd see this differently, and I see it the YouTube growing into more of a Northsum TV, where I have TV shows and using YouTube as sort of a streaming platform, which I guess it essentially is. So that's what I'm thinking. That sounds like the hard way is the easy way, and these are all hard ways. Going to the little guys is going to be hard. Trying to go to the big guys is going to be hard. Doing this stuff myself is going to be hard as well. You know, it's really the hustle, man. And I got to hustle, hustle, hustle. Make the cart, make the toys, sell something at some point. I was thinking today, what do I do? How do I get out there? I just walk up to somebody and say, hey, buy this. Do you want this? Yeah, how much? This much, right? That's something. It's also, I hate all the plushy toy. They're nothing. They're not anything. I went on this mid-size company. I saw their plushie brands. I went onto their websites. I looked at their marketing material, and it's little kids running around with the plushie. And what are you doing? Hugging it? And hugging it is fine. You can hug Caroline. She's huggable. You hug her and you like rub her up against your face, and you get that marshmallow scent. And her nose crinkles a little bit. She's like really alive. And she comes with games. And now you get an extra experience on top of it. I really like that idea. I think it includes marketing. The retailers are a type of marketing. This is a marketing. The little guys, I don't know. But this seems like a lot of fun. It seems really plausible. I can really buy a cart for not too much money. I can really decorate the cart for not too much money. I can really make new versions that are smaller, that are vacuum sealed for not too much money. I am very close to New York City. I mean, where are my positives here? I can look at the negatives all day long, but where are the positives? Not what I don't have, but what I do have. And what I do have is my location, my friggin' can-do attitude, and my products, imagination, possibilities here. I could get to New York City and I can make something happen. I can work here and make something happen. I just told my manager friend of the store, like, my man, I need hours. I need to buy a car. I need to do my stuff. I need to get ready. I need to pump forward. Come on, I've got the stuff. It's all right here. I gotta make it happen now. So this is just gonna be a talking head because I need to release this to you guys, get some feedback, and move forward in some direction. I gotta get going. I gotta go, and I gotta think it through. I gotta go and think it through. Go fast, but take your time thinking it through. Gotta keep calling companies and keep asking and keep getting information. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Can I get here? Can I get there? Can I get there? Can I get here? We're gonna have to figure it out, man. We're gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna have to make it happen. I refuse to not make this happen. I wanna have fun. I love doing this. But I do want to be successful. I want to make it happen. This is fun. I got bigger ideas. I got bigger things. I want to make Puzzle Bub a thing. I want to make it a division. But don't think into the future. Have a good time. Don't focus on that. You feel me, guys? You feel the energy? Tell me if you like that idea. Me in the polka dot suit, yelling, making noises. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Come be the claw! Reach into the mystery box and pull out a character. Will it be Caroline? Will it be Ella? Will it be Lola? Who knows? Come and play! My mustache is getting a little long, so the hairs are tickling my nose, and that's why I keep doing this. Come on, guys, we can make a whole thing. We can make a company, we can make a retail shop, and it can all start from a little cart. The little cart feels doable. I can do that. It's and I have all the power. I have the control. I can make it happen. That's the problem with the cold calling and the calling these people. They have it. Oh, I have to wait for you. Your timeline. When are you ready? What's going on? Oh, I missed the season. Dang it. How much longer? Oh, another 6 months? Well, that's my life going away. This is right now. Let's go. It's 3:18 right now. I've been talking for 40 minutes. I got to edit this down. You guys let me know what you think tomorrow. Geez, what is that thumbnail going to be? I don't really know. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's do something here right now. Ugh. Okay, guys. You have a good night, morning, day, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.